student, good afternoon. This is Rajiv Mishra, your new biology teacher. Continuing the topic, that is chapter number first, the fundamental unit of life, that is the cell. Ma'am already has been explained the topic, so I am going to revise the lesson which is taught by ma'am. Any questions, any queries, if you having or facing the problem in the chapter, you can contact me. So let us start the chapter fundamental unit of life, that is called now revision part. Before going to the chapter, I would like to explain. You can see the school building, even you have seen your homes and houses. So when the homes and houses are prepared, or when we wish to prepare our houses or the home, so first what we require there is something required so that we can prepare our home. Similarly, our living body, all the living body, when prepared, when they are made, they need some fundamental things, some basic units are required. Continuity to this, if I am asking for the making the building, making the home or houses, so the basic unit is required there, bricks. Bricks are the first things which is required to make the building. Similarly, in living body or in the living organism, there is the unit called, which is called cell. So cells are the fundamental unit of all the living body. Am I right? Bricks are the fundamental units for the building. Likewise, all the living beings are composed of the building block that is called cell. So how can we find the cell? Cell is basic unit of life. It means life and the living being is consist of cells. Second example I would like to give. If I consider this is a notebook, so this notebook is consist of different pages, right? So pages are the unit of the textbook or the notebook. Similarly, again I am telling, if a plant is there, if an animal is there, so plants or animals that we call the living organism, living beings, they all are made up of the fundamental unit that we call the cell. So student, I hope that you understand the meaning of the cell. Cell is the basic unit of life, or it is the fundamental unit of life or living beings. Am I right? Now come to the type of cells. The type of cells means cells are divided on the basis of their origin and on the basis of their number. So first classification of cells is unicellular organism, multicellular, and it is also known as single cell. And it is called multicell. So in the reason contains what is the meaning of cell and what are different type of cell. So one category is on the basis of number of cells. I am telling this is the number of cells. Organisms are divided on the numbers of cells. Unicellular organism, single cell organism, multicellular or multicelled organism. And the second classification is on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin. When life arose on the earth, first of all, single-celled organisms were developed, and it is about 3.5 billion years ago. 6 billion years ago, Earth has been originated, but existence of single-celled organism was about 3.5 billion years ago. So, on that account, on that basis, on the basis of origin, there are two types of cell. One is called prokaryotic cell, and second one is eukaryotic cells. So this is the second category of the type of cell, prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. I will come in the detail to prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Now the cell was first of all discovered by Robert Hooke, 1665. So Robert Hooke was the first man who have discovered the cell. He has invented his own microscope, and while he was seeing the cork, it is a dead cell from the derivatives of the plant. So in the cork he have seen different types of holes like honeycomb structure. These small holes were called by Robert Hooke as cell. Cell means little room, which is meaning of little room. But in biology, the cork cell were visible in the small holes, very tiny structure under the microscope, and the term cell was coined by the Robert Hooke. So Robert Hooke, the first pioneer worker on the cell. Thereafter, various scientists given their contribution regarding the cell. This cell is consisting of the fluid part, liquid part, that we call the protoplasm. So protoplasm is the physical basis of life, and it was Julian Huxley who have coined the protoplasm. And without protoplasm, cell cannot exist. What is the protoplasm? You have seen the normally the egg cell. Everybody have seen the cell in the naked eye, and it is visible in the egg cell. Normally someone called the eggetarian, they consume the egg. So egg is the cell which is seen by our naked eye. So there in the cell you can find the fluid part. The fluid part is known as protoplasm. That is for the physical basis of life. Thereafter it was the cell theory. So contribution of this Robert Hooke by the developing the cells. Second one is the cell theory. What the meaning of cell theory? There were two scientists, two biologists. Independently they proposed the term. They worked out on independently, and they coined the cell theory. What it speak the cell theory? According to that, Sleeden and Swan, the scientist name is Sleeden and Swan. So Sleeden and Swan proposed two things. Number one, all the living beings are composed of cell. All the living beings are of this theory was cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Cell is the structural and functional unit of life. These 2 points are called as cell theory, and it was proposed by Sleeden and Swan. Sleeden and Swan is the scientists who have given the cell theory. Now, a cell contains a master. Our body is propelled, body is guided or controlled by the brain. So similarly, a cell contains nucleus. Nucleus was discovered by Robert Brown. Robert Brown, the man or the biologist who have discovered the nucleus. Robert Brown. What he have done? Nucleus. Discovery of nucleus. There are other things inside the cell. We will discuss in the next chapter or later on. The basic division, once again I am speaking about the cell. What is the cell? Cell is the basic unit of life. Each living organism is consists of the cell. For example, if the notebook is there, notebook is consist of pages. If building a house is there, it consists of the bricks. So bricks is the building block of the house or the rooms. Similarly, cells are of 2 types. First one is on the basis of number of cells. When the individual or the living body is consists of 1 cell only, then it is called single celled organism or unicellular organism. And its example is amoeba, paramecium. You have studied the class 8 also, the first chapter. Sorry, the second chapter, microorganism, friends and foe. So unicellular organism, only 1 cell is there. It means entire body is having only 1 cell, and this 1 cell has capability to work out all the function. Therefore, it is called unicellular organism. Now, let us see the example of multicellular organism. Multicellular organisms are made up of, composed of, or made up of more than 1 cell. They are consist of various kind of cells, and its example is human being. Human being. This is the example of human being. We are multicellular organism. Now, how the single cell and multicellular differ from each other? Here, 1 cell is there only, but here more than 1 cells are there. Here division of labor is absent, here division of labor is present. What the meaning of division of labor? If I am saying again, if there is construction part taking place, you have seen there number of people are assigned for different job. Someone bringing water, someone bringing cement, someone bringing bricks. So there is division of work in the labor. Similarly, in our body, in the plant, animal, other organism, you can see there some of the cells. For example, I am saying RBC, red blood cells. The function of red blood cell is transportation. It also provides the fighting against the diseases. Number 2, sperm cells or egg cells. They store the genetic information of the body. Third one is nerve cell. It conveys the message from one place to another place. So there are different kind of cells. You can see there each cells perform a specific function. So here we call the division of labor is present. So division of labor means work is distributed among the cells, various kind of cells. But in unicellular, it is not so. The second concept is prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cell. What is the meaning of prokaryotic cell? If you will divide this pro means simple or primitive. Simple or primitive. Here caryon, 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 that is the meaning of nucleus. It means there is a cell where nucleus is simple, their nucleus is primitive. Primitive means first form, while there is origin of life took place on the earth. So it has simple nucleus and their size is less than 10 micrometer. Their size is less than 10 micrometer. On the other hand, eukaryotic cells are, U means true or advanced, and karyon means nucleus. So such type of nucleus are called eukaryotic nucleus, where nucleus is well developed and it is basically found in all the multicellular organism. Second one is their size is more than 10 micrometer to 100 micrometer, approx 10 micrometer above, and it is less than 10 micrometer on the basis of their size. Third difference is, in the case of prokaryotic nucleus, you will not find their nuclear membrane, nucleolus, and their chromosomes, genetic materials are direct to cytoplasm. It is scattered in the cytoplasm. But in the eukaryotic cases, it has well developed nucleolus, nucleoplasma, nuclear membrane, and their genetic material, that is the chromosomes, are bound with the nuclear membrane. They are not direct touch with the cytoplasm. This is the some differentiation between the eukaryotic and prokaryotic cell. In the next contents, I would like to explain the structure and function unit of life. Why do we call cell is the structure and function unit of life? That we will discuss in my next video. Thank you very much.